Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Group Chat. This episode, we're back to doom and gloom, man.
This episode is brought to you by Moderna. Fuck the other two. We've got you covered.
God, man. I didn't realize that there was a major...
There's a hierarchy?
There's a hierarchy really starting to emerge here in Los Angeles with this new Delta outbreak of vaccines. And I'm not on top.
No.
Even you guy got Moderna.
Yeah.
Sir.
I got fucked, man. I have the new J&J. Oh my gosh, we're going to talk about it. So obviously, as you can tell, COVID is, on our minds. It's hot here in LA. I don't mean the weather. I mean the COVID rates. Vegas, you guys really dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
A lot of negative tests in this room.
Yeah. And so we're going to talk about it. What are the risks? Is it back for good? Is this just a moment? Is COVID still gone? Or is this going to be with us for years?
Whew.
We got a lot to talk about. That and many other things. There's a guy who couldn't go on a $30 million flight to space with Jeff Bezos because he had a scheduling conflict.
A lot of thoughts on that one.
Do you know what's interesting? I just realized we could just re-air one of our episodes from 1 year ago about COVID.
Yeah.
Just put it.
Literally, we should just take the audio, put it in, and it probably will have aged perfectly. All right. Well, there we go. A lot to talk about today. Let's get into it.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, Group Chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
All right, COVID check. Who's got it?
I just got tested. I'm good.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just thought like the raspy voice, maybe you had a light case. You guys have Moderna?
Yeah.
Moderna's hot.
So the rumor I heard last night was Moderna's hot against the Delta.
Moderna
Pfizer seems useless.
I heard Pfizer's weak. Pfizer's the new J&J.
Yeah. Moderna is like
Jesus.
Louis Vuitton.
God.
Pfizer is like
I might get a Moderna test.
Coach. Pfizer's Coach. It's nice. It stands test out. It's nice, but it's not desired. And J&J, it's TJ Maxx.
J&J's Forever 21 and TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
It's TJ Maxx. It's all
my
price.
gosh. I just
You
can't
only
believe-
get one. You don't even get two. It's 50% off. It's always 50% off.
When I chose Pfizer, I thought like Pfizer's like the OG, reputable, Moderna's new on the block. Not sure if I trust them.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm Coach. I'm wearing a Coach jacket.
I know.
We're on Rodeo. You're on God knows where.
La Cienega.
Yeah, you're on
I'm on La Brea.
Yeah, you're La Brea. You're one of those cool shops on
Down
La
by
Brea.
American Rag.
Yeah, American Rag.
Great.
Union.
Sick.
Stone Island.
Gosh, man.
You're the only one in this room with Pfizer?
You guys all have Moderna?
Sir.
Oh, wow.
mRNA
New
game.
I mean, Tim was hip to game because he's, hearing us.
Yeah.
But new guy, how'd you figure out Moderna?
I just got what was available, and they said Moderna. Yep, here
All
you go.
right. Well, I'm out here underprotected. So it looks like next time I take the tally, I'll be the one with my hand up.
We'll get into more COVID talk in a second. Did you watch the Bucks game Saturday night?
I didn't.
I did.
Oh,
Was it good?
I mean, I'd watched a little bit of the second quarter, maybe 5 minutes. And then I saw the Bucks came back, and then Bucks were leading big. They come back, and it's just the most epic ending. Holiday, who's actually a local guy, went to Campbell Hall, played for UCLA, throws an alley-oop
I saw that.
at the end to Giannis to like...
Well, no, it was more. It was actually more intense. Devin Booker has a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday steals the ball. Holiday races down. Giannis, I don't even know how he gets so far in front. Holiday just throws it up, and Giannis dunks it.
I should have known by your hat.
Yeah. I'm all in on the
You
Bucks.
fucking
Bucks in 6.
bandwagon.
I'm telling you,
I went to
Suns are winning Tuesday.
I went
You
to...
heard it here
What is
first.
it now, 3-2?
It's 3-2. Bucks can close out the series, win the NBA title on Tuesday. I'm telling you right now, we're going to Game 7.
I'm telling you right now, Bucks in 6.
And
I
who
got
wins
into an
game
argument.
7?
Suns and 7.
Suns. I'm all in on Chris Paul.
I mean, I'm with a great human being.
Giannis.
Yes. He had a great quote that everyone was posting all weekend. Actually, pull that quote up, Jason.
I'll pull it up right
But
now.
I got into an argument with the valet guy at Earth Bar 2 days ago. He was like, Suns in 4. I'm like, that's not even possible now. I said Bucks in 6. And then I was like, Suns in 4 is impossible anymore.
What's the quote?
Doesn't matter.
Giannis dropped the most amazing quote over the weekend at the press conference.
He said, when you talk about the past, that's actually your ego talking.
Oh, yeah. And then when you talk about the future, that's your pride.
Yep.
And he tries to live in the current and play the best high-level basketball he can.
That's all I have for the quote.
You don't have the entire quote?
I'm a big clip guy. I see the lob, and then I see the ego quote, and I'm like, got it.
You watched the game.
Understood
what happened. But actually, after all that, whatever, the game was great, basketball, blah, blah, blah. The most interesting thing that actually happened at that game was Rich Paul, the famous basketball agent, was sitting next to Adele. Later last night, Brian Whithorst, I think, is the NBA analyst name, who knows like LeBron and the camp very, very well.
Yeah.
Says Rich Paul and Adele are dating.
What? Yep.
He said that on the air?
He said it in a way.
It's publicly confirmed. Rich Paul and Adele are dating. They showed up together, sat next to LeBron. LeBron had Lobos, the tequila drink, the full bottle under his chair, with a full glass of tequila.
It looked like a glass.
Yeah.
He had an actual glass.
A glass, not like a plastic cup.
Good for him.
But Rich Paul and Adele dating is phenomenal content.
I mean, they just made it. They made it on every level.
Yeah, just go get the biggest singer in the world.
God.
I mean, I always say about LeBron, which I don't think people actually understand, is like he enabled the crew to get really rich.
Yeah.
Which is very rare among celebrities of that stature.
Yeah.
Like Rich and Maverick, I'm pretty sure live in like $20, $30 million houses.
Yeah.
Most of the like crew doesn't get to live
where's
like that.
Tom Cruise's clique?
But they also like seized it. That's what's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of crews probably have an open door at the beginning. And then it just probably gets closed when you're like, okay, these guys are idiots and I need to go get some real like representation.
Well, yeah, I mean,
he got real representation and then empowered these guys.
Yeah.
But
that's like so different.
I know, but it also so happened Rich and Maverick turned out to be smart guys. I'm sure Tom Cruise. If you watch the Mark Wahlberg show, like you know,
no, but if you just
the entourage,
like those guys, you could give them all the tools in the world. They ain't gonna make
they're
it.
not doing nothing. They're gonna open a burger joint at best.
But I actually question that. I think LeBron empowered them versus most A-list talent don't empower.
No, but here's the problem.
Because they'd rather trust the establishment, the CAs, William Morris's, and whatnot.
I think it's a combination. I agree. He also so happened to get these guys that are actually smart. Dude,
How did it so happen to me? These guys are all like great like business people. Like it literally his three best friends.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're also not all his age.
Yeah.
They're not his age.
3 lottery tickets, 3 friends that won the lottery back to back.
I know, but like you have to understand, I'm sure when a star comes to LA or a young person comes to LA, they become a star. They do try to empower their friends. I personally know many that try to empower their friends, and the friends just get caught up in the bullshit. I mean, think about Rob. His crew did fine.
Yeah.
You, Sterling, Chanel, everyone did well.
Yeah.
Are you guys the new 4 horsemen?
What can I say? Call me Rich Paul. Yeah. I don't really know what to say here.
I know, but think about it. Yeah. Rob did empower everyone in his crew.
What happened was I was at Akron Canton Airport and I saw Rob.
And you're like, are we related?
Yeah, wait a minute. Are your mom and my mom related? Yeah, I don't know. It has to be a combination of both. But I also think the dynamic was a little different because didn't LeBron meet? Which one did he meet at Akron?
So Maverick was the big homie in high school.
He was like advising him from
He
an
was
early
like
age.
3 years older.
Yeah.
And he was the guy he looked up to. Rich, he met at the airport.
But so they weren't his exact friends. That's
they weren't like the homies
older.
running around Akron together.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when they met, they were giving him advice.
Like his high school homie, the ones from that one documentary.
Oh, yeah.
They're not put on.
They're not dating Adele.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
They're dating Rachel back in Akron.
Okay. You have the whole quote now,
I have
Jason?
the whole quote now, yeah.
Okay, say
it. When you focus on your past, that's your ego. When you focus on your future, that's your pride. But when you focus on the present, that's humility.
Great.
So wait,
Giannis.
past is ego?
Past, ego, future, pride, present, humility.
Dropping gems while he's dropping a
I need one of those hats. You got an extra hat? I'm in. Okay, well, props to him, man. He just seems great.
Great
but
guy.
I mean, we also are big CP3 and.
Yeah, I would be happy if the Suns.
Do you have a Suns hat on?
You're right. You have one at home, right? You have a jersey or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm prepared either way.
We'll see what you're wearing. I mean, Tuesday will be it. So Thursday pod, we'll see what you have on.
Yeah, Tuesday I'm going into it all Bucks, the Young and Reckless Bucks collection.
Yeah.
I just pulled it from the warehouse.
Good call.
So I'll be wearing that for Tuesday's game.
Thursday, we'll see.
Thursday, we're gonna.
Okay.
Thursday could be the parade for the Bucks. So.
Okay, we'll see. All right, back to COVID.
Okay, speaking of super spreaders, so we know Vegas last week turned out to be
A super spreader.
super spreader.
Yeah. I can't believe
rec-
you guys dodged it.
Yeah, highly recommended by the city of LA not to go to Las Vegas anymore
Or Florida.
or Florida. They're saying
20% of all cases in the United States of America are coming from Florida.
I mean, that's like the most least shocking news of the week. Psychos.
And you know, we have a lot of friends that went to that, you know, to Vegas for the fight or whatever, the opening. And a lot of people are testing positive.
I heard a lot of people are getting sick though and not testing positive.
So I think a lot of people have the cold.
Yeah.
So I had the cold.
You had something.
I had something.
You did
cold.
something.
Yeah.
But you did test and you were negative.
I literally, right before I came here, I got tested.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your
Well,
only
I
took
think
3
it
pods.
was useless for him to get tested. We've been exposed to his fucking
Yeah.
viral load for
Yeah.
7 straight days. What the fuck is the point of telling us now?
Oh my God. It was really because I was going to see my mom and I felt bad.
Got it. Yeah,
It
that's
wasn't
true.
about you guys.
Yeah. Imagine if you came in on day 4, like, guys, I got it. And I've had it the whole time. Yeah. Okay, so especially Vegas is a hotbed. It sounds like LA is now like the new hotbed.
Well, so, you know, the mask thing went into effect today in Los Angeles. Today's Sunday. Last night, so a week before when we were in Vegas, I ran into our friend Mitch. He's a really senior person over at the SoFi Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, hey, you want to come to Cascade? I was like, hell yeah, I want to come to Cascade. He's like, all right, I got you. And then he was hitting me up yesterday. He was like, do you want to go to Cascade?
Was it
I was
this
like,
weekend?
nah.
Was it yesterday?
What?
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was like 50,000 people
Oh
at
my
SoFi.
gosh.
No,
So-
he was like,
So right now, while LA's hot, and at the buzzer beater for the new mask mandate, they had a stadium show?
well, so the forum shows, which are indoor, all got canceled. So that was,
Got
I
it.
think, Foo Fighters and
Chappelle and John Mayer.
John Mayer. We're supposed to be at the forum this weekend
Got it.
to reopen the forum. And SoFi is open air. So Cascade went on. And then I had a lot of friends go and I saw the video. It was insane.
Bananas.
I mean, we saw the videos from Vegas even this weekend
Yeah.
of people from LA that went.
Yeah.
It's
And people are still going to
insanity.
Florida a lot.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, it does sound like, speaking only for the vaccinated people, it's kind of like when the flu, like I was talking this morning to Karine and I was like, during flu season, like 5 people in our office will be sick
Yeah.
at the same time. And that's just, you're just used to that. It feels to me kind of like it's a bit of a flu season. Like I don't want to underplay it, but like, yeah, I think everyone should be a little careful and whatever, but it sounds like for vaccinated people, it sounds like the people that are sick with this other thing and not testing positive are getting more sick than the people that are testing positive for COVID. It seems really light.
Yeah, I think from...
So it's still clear, 97 to 99%, I've heard both numbers, of hospitalizations are unvaccinated people.
Yep.
So that's good news now. I think the only thing to worry about is that this variant is new.
Yep.
So let's see how it mutates and how it changes over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Like we're not going to know for another 6 weeks, in my opinion,
Yep.
of how much this variant is penetrating the vaccine, A. B, how serious do you get ill?
Yep.
Right now, we're hearing vaccinated people are getting really sick, but they're not going to the hospital for the most part. There are exceptions.
Yep.
But I think the data is just too new. I don't know if you did you listen to the All In Pod?
Yeah, I did.
And, David Sachs, who's the resident MAGA,
Yeah.
is like the COVID hall monitor now.
Yeah.
And he's tweeting saying like, we won't know how this ends until it mutates. And when it mutates, we don't know. And
Yeah.
like, he's the guy that declared pandemic was over like 5-6 months
Yep.
ago.
And for the listeners, because he got it.
He got it at
Yeah.
Matsuhisa, outdoor dining with the group of 4 vaccinated people.
But one of them had it.
One of them had and spread
Unknown.
it to the others.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can't be blaming Matsuhisa. You should keep that brand out of his
And
mouth.
Shamat said Matsuhisa's wine list is terrible. I don't know what the wine list said.
Yeah, they were going in on Matsuhisa.
Well, trust me, they don't need their patronage to survive.
Yeah. You're not even
you're
from here.
this city, bro.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Go back to San Francisco, you idiots.
Go get your shitty San Francisco.
Yeah.
But it was interesting for me because I've actually followed David Friedberg because I think he's had the best data on COVID that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And even he said, like, I'm waiting 6 weeks till I decide what to do.
Yeah, man. I just got back out here in the streets.
Time to go back.
I just had my first night at Delilah last night in a year and a half. And now it's over again?
I was so glad now that it's over that like I got those 2 big weekends in.
Yeah.
I got the July 4th weekend, huge. Vegas, huge. See you guys next spring.
Ugh. I was late, and I got to go to New York this weekend, but I heard New York's kind of mellow.
Yeah, you'll bring it there.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, I think the real issue is we don't know the data of how bad people are getting sick yet. And second, traveling internationally is just so risky.
I heard in Greece, you're not allowed to play music anymore.
So Mykonos just dropped the hammer. No dancing, no music.
At all.
Yeah, I mean, here's the problem.
Isn't that what you go there for?
That's literally the only. I mean, like you go to dinner.
Great.
You go to dinner at midnight so you can dance and eat and dance on the table. That's the whole purpose of it. We'll get a real live update from there because I talked to Gil. He's on his way there.
Yeah.
So we'll get the true update.
I mean, you tell me they're not playing music. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I have a friend in Mykonos right now that said it's just terrible.
Really?
Because he's like, you can't do anything. They
'Cause
all
they're
left
enforcing
to France.
it.
Yeah.
And France, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw yesterday. On Friday, the president, Prime Minister Macron, started saying that I want to require all citizens get vaccinated, and they did a whole huge super spreader protest.
Yeah, slam.
Saying we want our freedom. You can't make it mandatory.
Oh my God.
I mean, we are.
This is 2 to 3 years out. I'm literally convinced COVID.
At best.
Right?
Because how does it not? I mean, here we are 6 months after like really the vaccines and stuff, and it's already like borderline ineffective because
because not enough people got it in the first place. The problem is we live in a world where there's so many people that will not get vaccinated. And even my mom was listening to NPR and they had, I forgot who, NFL wide receiver, and he said maybe 50% of our team is vaccinated. Maybe.
27% of Republicans said they would not get vaccinated under any circumstance.
I don't understand why it's a Republican thing. It's
because Trump told everyone COVID was irrelevant.
Yeah.
So I think,
but he got vaccinated.
Of course he did. He's not stupid.
His followers are.
Damn it.
He's like, yeah, I'll take it first, Fauci.
He got it in January. He got it early Jan, right after that fucking hospital stint.
Yeah. Let's see who didn't get the Delta variant at that UFC fight. Trump.
Yeah, Trump's fine.
He got literally every treatment available. When he had COVID, they gave him
everything,
the whole
everything
thing.
that no one else had access to. And what's really frustrating is that I think between Trump's rhetoric and Facebook, it made this a disaster.
Yeah.
If Trump didn't have his rhetoric and if Facebook didn't amplify it, I think we would be fine.
But there's a lot of Democrats or liberals that aren't getting vaccinated also.
Are there?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of like conspiracy theorists, liberals. All the people that I know that are kind of like a little like hesitant, borderline conspiracy of the vaccine are Democrat.
Yeah.
What about the Olympics? I mean, everyone's now like arriving at the Olympics.
Coco
Groff.
She's out.
She tested tennis positive. Player.
Really?
Yeah.
And so
already, and did she make it over there or no?
I don't know.
I don't think she even made it because I think you're leaving.
I mean, Team USA basketball has 6 players that are available to play.
They should just cancel now. It's over.
No, I think we should just put like regular Joes in there and just see like
just fill in put YouTubers.
Yeah.
Doesn't Ryan Tierney have a game? Put those guys.
Yeah. Put like
Taylor Offer, Ryan Tierney. They're part of Team USA.
They look like they fit the bill. Yeah.
The Olympics are literally the dumbest thing of all time to try to get going in the middle of this variant spreading.
Unfortunately,
penetrating vaccines, penetrating anything, and you're getting people from all over the world showing
literally.
up.
It's literally, let's take a sample of every variant and put it into a stew over in Tokyo.
You know what's going to happen? we're gonna watch a movie 10 years from now, the Olympics that destroyed humanity.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's gonna be the variants that are gonna come out of that one, because these like Slovakians are going to be boning the Estonians.
Yeah.
We're going to be boning the Brazilians. They're going to be boning the Americans.
One time that,
because there's already an issue. They're converting the beds and they're making them out of cardboard so people won't fuck. And everyone is like, so you're going to take thousands of the most fit, arguably really good looking people, throw them in a little town together and say, don't have sex.
And deprive them of sleep.
Yeah, like so you're gonna have like guys nodding off before they throw their fucking javelin because they've been sleeping on cardboard all week.
Like wrestling, that probably should be canceled, right?
You would think, right? I mean, it's like, geez, I don't know, man. It seems like the dumbest thing.
It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible.
Well, Olympics, the IOC is like an irresponsible committee.
Agree. But I think it's pretty clear in the last 2 to 3 weeks, everything changed.
Yeah.
And you have to evolve how you think about things.
The problem is NBC paid probably $1 billion for the TV rights. They're like...
Yeah, they pay a lot of money for a lot of things.
But that should have all been in all the agreements. Should have all been like, in case of a cancellation, unwind it.
I mean, it's unfortunate because like I guarantee you, America is going to be very strict. If you have COVID, you can't go. China and Russia, come on in.
Yeah, they're all hopped up on secret steroids anyway. They're like, we know how to avoid get around a COVID test.
That's the other thing. You're banking on vetting like 70 countries on proper COVID protocols.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
And these aren't all first world, best science countries on top of that.
No, not all of them. Hell no. All right. Well, I don't know. I just feel like that's going to be a real melting pot.
I mean, the responsible thing would be to America to withdraw.
Yeah, the U.S. should withdraw
and just say
it's like just signaling to the world. Like,
you guys do what you want to do, but Americans have. If the Americans want to, like, I don't know. I mean, I get it from the athlete standpoint. It just sucks.
Yeah. Of course,
or they got to stay in Tokyo for 2 extra weeks. Quarantine.
But why would Tokyo want all this to come?
They should. They could have canceled it. They don't. They want it.
They're pretty strict on masks and everything. I'm surprised they even are allowing it.
This is the results of the Olympics will be what Las Vegas was times 50,000.
Yes, because you're mutating every possible strain.
We should have a gold medal for what country has the strongest immune system. And with 0 cases of COVID,
Russia.
Shocker.
We won all the gold and we broke every record and we got 0 cases of COVID and no one tested positive.
Not to be the alarmist of COVID, and I thought we were done.
Yeah,
I self-admittedly thought we were done 2 months ago. The problem now is because so many people are are unvaccinated that this thing's mutating, and we have no idea what it's going to mutate from here.
That's the biggest question I have. Right? We're so soon in the process.
Yes.
And there's already a mutation that is getting past vaccines. So how next summer is there not a mutation that's killing people and past vaccines?
I mean, why next summer? This winter?
I think the fall is just a complete, utter disaster. That's my prediction.
I remember last summer saying when things were reopening, and I was like, duh, the fall and winter is going to be terrible. And what happened? It was terrible. December, January was just an insane COVID experience all over the world. And it's going to happen again. This thing's not going away. It's just, if we get enough people vaccinated, there should be some more treatments available by now. And
but so many people don't get vaccinated.
Some people will never get vaccinated.
That's fine. Why?
We're basically at, I think the Biden administration said 60% by October. So think about that. That's 40% of a 350 million person country.
And we're probably leading the charge on amount of our citizens who have been vaccinated, probably, right? Yeah, for sure. So you take every other country, it's like close to 0.
No, like Europe's at like 25-30%. So think about how much that's mutating.
And as an example, I don't know if I said this on the pod or not, I know someone who got COVID last year, got vaccinated, has COVID again right now. That is insane. So if you think about the fact that that's even possible to a young, healthy person, you just get COVID and then a new vaccine and then a new COVID and then a new vaccine every quarter?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We need boosters immediately.
Yeah, boost me up. What if I just get another Pfizer?
So that's what my man Friedberg was saying.
What did he say?
So on their pod, they said, because Jason asked why I don't know if he got Pfizer or Moderna.
Yeah.
But he's like, why shouldn't I go get the other one? And apparently Friedberg said 2 weeks ago, you're an idiot. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, it's probably more effective because they're 2 different RNA sequences.
Got it. So the trick is in the 2 different ones. I can't just go triple up on what I already have.
Right. Until it's a new booster with a different RNA sequence.
Yeah.
And then the only morality of it is like, so much of the world doesn't have vaccines. Sure. Why are you going to get 4? Like, so my comment is like, if I get 4 jabs and most of the world can't get 1.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem: is most of the world doesn't want
fault.
it.
Yeah, that's not
most
your
of the
fault.
world doesn't want it.
That's not your fault. It's sitting over there at Rite Aid.
Yeah.
Let's go pop it in your arm.
You think it's like, when your parents used to say, oh, there's kids in India starving, you should eat this food. Well, this food is not going to fucking India. Okay?
It'll spoil by the time it gets there.
Yes. By the time you're gonna kill some kids in India with spoiled food.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm waiting for data to show that it's not dangerous to get 4 jabs, and I'll go get fucking 4 jabs.
Yeah. Get a Johnson Johnson too. Fuck it.
Jabberwocky over here.
Put that on top. But what's happening where it's dangerous to get?
Well, here's what the newspaper or CNBC article was saying was that there is, to be clear, there is not data to show that if you get J&J, Pfizer, Moderna, what have I mean, people are afraid of one way.
What about AstraZeneca? They still have one, right?
Yeah.
Eight jabs.
No, but I think the reporter, whoever wrote that, it's not logical, because what they actually lead towards is basically saying it's amoral for us to get so many jabs when everyone else isn't getting jabbed.
Yeah.
But if people aren't getting jabbed in the country where we're not saying the vaccine's out, if you think about it logically, why would it not be okay if you got Pfizer and I got Moderna and we swapped? If they're 2 different RNA sequences.
Checks out to me.
Right?
With my medical experience.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
All I know is now I have a ghetto fucking vaccine, apparently.
You better go fucking get Moderna.
I literally thought I had the top of the shelf.
Well, I think
we need Brent Saunders back on.
Yeah, we should get Brent Saunders back on. Okay. I mean, I think the real challenge is we're all. I don't know why people are up in arms about people that aren't vaccinated. They're never getting vaccinated, so it doesn't fucking matter.
The problem is because it's going to mutate and we're going to die.
No,
that's true.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Look at it. Look what's happening.
No, we'll just keep getting whatever updated version. You know when iOS asks you to update, we update.
I'm dying.
Yeah, we're gonna get auto updated on this vaccine.
A booster by end of August. Do you think we get a booster by now?
No chance. End of August is 30 days.
Are most of the people that are getting it unvaccinated, or it's not necessarily the case?
Unvaccinated, 100% you're getting it.
Yeah.
Vaccinated people are getting it.
Yeah, there's definitely people.
But hospitalizations are unvaccinated.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
I mean, amongst the friends that I know that have gotten it in the past week, they all said it was, a bad cold. Like, it was bad. It wasn't like...
But not like the stories you would hear before.
No, it wasn't like last year. Like, I got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Like, that feeling.
Yeah.
No, everyone said it was a really bad head cold.
Yep.
And they didn't even use the word flu. They said cold.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the symptoms are slightly different.
Yeah, like a lot of people aren't even getting fevers.
Yeah.
They're just getting that head cold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know, but it just feels like we're at the beginning of some shit. It felt like we had a really good last 3 months that was it is over, not even a care in the world, and it feels like we're back in.
I mean, I think the beauty of America is we are a capitalistic society. It's every man, woman, child for them fucking self.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But the problem is the mutation. These unvaccinated people are going to fuck us.
That's true.
Well, we're going to keep getting it. Yes, I agree. I think we will get COVID. It's unless we are extremely precautious, I do see a world where we're going to get it.
If we had boosters lined up, every 6 months, hey, here's the plan, roll out, I wouldn't care. But we don't have that yet.
And the problem is we're about to allow the Olympics, which is literally going to be Variant City.
Yep.
Yeah.
Variant Village instead of Olympics.
That's what they should call it.
Ban Olympians when they come to America to venues.
We should take
all. You have a gold medal. You can't come into a restaurant.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Things are a little different this year.
You went a little too far there.
You can hang on to that Wheaties box from a distance.
Who wants a Wheaties box with the COVID?
I mean, the track and field star won. She doesn't have to go get COVID.
She's so lucky.
Oh, yeah, maybe
And she's a star.
There you go.
Yeah, best case.
Yeah, best case. Okay, good for her. What's going on with, there's really bad floods in Germany just to add some chaos to the world?
Wild flooding in Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg, that whole region. I think there was 170 dead as of last night.
Sheesh.
When you think about like climate change or whatever you want to call it, extreme weather, if you're a climate change denier, there's the insane drought in the West Coast of America.
If you listen to this pod and you're a climate change denier, you should turn it off.
Yeah, because we have a lot of shit that's going to piss you off.
So you got like the Western, you take the Pacific Northwest in America, 110, 115 degrees 2 weeks ago. You've never seen temperatures like that. In Seattle, you can't even wear a t-shirt in Seattle. It's always so freaking cold.
Yeah.
Now you take what's happening in Germany and Belgium. And the sad part is most cities and municipalities are not prepared for these extreme weather conditions. So when a flooding happens in Germany in July, they're not prepared. Yeah. And now all these people are dying. And you think about like what's happening in the world between the pandemic, inflation, and then these extreme weather conditions, it's fucking chaos.
Yeah. I mean, that was my point on the last pod, how climate change is going to create every supply constraint that we can imagine. Like, this is here to stay. We're going to have like these, what were considered once in a lifetime events happening so frequently because climate change is real. Like, Miami's going to be a disaster. Like, everyone who fled to Miami thinking like they're in this like safe haven, like, give me a break. There's going to be hurricanes left, right, and center destroying
flooding.
The city. Yeah. That city has the worst infrastructure.
Yeah, that city's got what, 10 years to live?
Yeah.
I mean, you see what happens when it drizzles there.
Yeah.
The whole street, the whole South Beach is covered in water.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but this is a serious problem. Like the weather conditions and like, having mass evacuations in Germany and Belgium. I mean, that is just like it's such a foreign thought.
Yeah.
And obviously we're getting these headlines because these are first world countries. But if you go look at what happens in India and Southeast Asia on a pretty regular basis with floodings, it's wild. Yeah. Wild. And that means it's coming to everyone's front doorstep, some sort of extreme weather condition, which is, that's something that like we have absolutely no control over.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
Which is real scary.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We'll bunker down in this empty office. we have 5 of us.
Get a 3D printer and make everything we need. What do you do?
I cannot believe we're back to this shit.
This is a doomsday pod, bro. We're back to a doomsday podcast. We haven't done this since last year.
Yeah.
It's so depressing. I've literally, like, the last 2 days just been so depressed. I woke up depressed both days in a row.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe this is real again.
I booked a Vegas trip for my 22nd birthday because my 21st was spent in quarantine, and now this happened.
When are you going?
It was going to be August 3rd.
You can't go.
You can go, just quarantine for
drama forbids it. You can't go.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, look, if you go, you just got to stay at home for 2 weeks after you get back.
My 23rd birthday will be my 21st birthday.
That'll be their 25th.
Yeah, let's be honest. It'll be 30.
By then you can rent a car. You can just drive right out.
Yeah. You'll have to take a boat from here to Vegas by that point.
I'm taking a Vegas cruise.
It leaves out of fucking West Covina. Okay, what about, let's do a topic jump. Let's get out of doomsday.
Yeah.
Let's get into some fashion stuff, some business stuff. What is going on with this company, Shein? Is it Shein?
It's Shein.
Shein. Okay, it's a Fashion Nova type, like fast fashion competition.
Well, no, it's what it really is a Chinese-based fast fashion retailer. Their model is a little different. They are basically shipping directly from China to the consumer all over the world.
So didn't we like kind of briefly mention this a while ago?
Yeah, we talked about it probably last year when they were on their rise. And, they did $10 billion in revenue last year. They ship all over the world. And their genius is that they introduce nearly 1,000 new styles a day.
Yeah, that's
They
so
basically
insane.
manufacture on demand and are scaling at like some unprecedented level, right? And the beauty of shipping directly from China is there's no duty as long as it's under like $900. There's no duty from China to America. So as a retailer, you pay no import duties and there's no export duty. There's no duties to the consumer also. So there's a lot more margin there. Shipping times are long, but the customer's okay with it because the amount of value you get is insane. And this has struck a nerve with obviously Gen Z kids who love it, right? It's cheap and inexpensive, which completely contradicts what Gen Z is supposedly telling us, which is they care about the environment. They want clothes that last.
Oh, yeah. No, that's just for the hashtag.
Okay, that's for the hashtag live long.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about climate fucking disaster.
Yeah,
I mean, the amount of shit H&M, Zara, Forever 21 have gotten over the years for being this like perpetrator of climate change. Because clothing, let's be honest, there's a lot of waste in their world because of clothing. These guys took it to another fucking level. And the reason why I really wanted to talk about this company was they're killing it. It's a successful business. It's a home run. There's no doubt in my mind. It'll go public. It'll be worth whatever, $50 billion. Cool. But it goes back to the same challenge that like American companies are fighting against Chinese companies in the business world. And they're held to completely different standards. So like Gap, H&M, Zara, they all have sustainable practices and are like forcing themselves to like by the pressure of the U.S. government or U.S. consumer that like we have to be sustainable by this time frame. Otherwise, we feel like we're not doing our part. Shein doesn't have to follow those rules. They have no pressure from anybody, right? So here it's a similar ByteDance situation where ByteDance gets to just beat up on Facebook, play pretty much against different rules and different expectations. Shein gets to do the same thing, and they both take it fully advantage of the American consumer. And obviously the consumer is not savvy enough to know that like we hold Shein to one standard and the Gap to another standard.
But is that ultimately the consumer's choice?
No, but like
just because like Vox won't write an article about Shein and their like practices, is that their fault?
No. I'm just saying we as American government, American lobbyists, everything are putting so much pressure on American companies to be sustainable. But foreign companies do not have to follow those rules and get to sell to American consumers.
But isn't that media driven? It's not like the government's requiring guests to be sustainable.
I think there is pressure coming from government organizations that you have to erase your carbon footprint. You have to do these things if you want to. There is pressure.
I think
societally.
I think it's almost like the woke company culture pressure that companies feel they need to be woke to please their employees. Like if Guess or H&M said, fuck it, we're not. I don't like. There's no laws coming down against them.
I guess the consumer in America will revolt because the staff will revolt, which will then create bad press.
It's a test. It's like they should test it. Like Shein's a perfect example. The consumer's not revolting. They're doing $10 billion in revenue globally.
Yeah, they don't because no one knows what Shein is. They don't even know where the fuck it's from.
It's like literally this is Shein for people that don't know. And it's crazy how many people have never heard of this business and they do $10 billion in revenue. They sell like $20 dresses, quad pay $5 a week.
It's incredible.
It's like,
like we just made it hot off the press. Just for you.
And I get it. It's a great business.
I know Jason's on Shein.
I bought 8 items for $50.
Oh my God.
So then we as American companies should say, fuck sustainability. You're going to have floods anyways. Why the fuck is it our problem? Because we can't compete.
But companies are doing it because they think the consumers are demanding it. So Shein's a perfect example that consumers aren't demanding it.
It's a pickle. Look, I think even with the climate change stuff, it's like we talk about it and we need to do better and all that stuff, but like China doesn't seem to give a fuck.
No, they don't. And they're like, the one polluting the whole fucking earth.
Yeah. And I also think there is this element of like we are, to Anand's point, like some of the over like wokeness and stuff like that is just going to kill how competitive we are here with the rest of the world.
That's what I'm saying. It's unfair for American business because we're not
But I
playing.
think it's a woke thing. I don't think it's a government thing. The government's not giving like restrictions or whatever.
Okay, but government is putting restrictions, for example, on cars. They want everyone to go electric. California is forcing everyone to go electric by 2030. Right? That's government intervention when it comes to climate change.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. I don't know. I think you're right, but I think that that's going to win. Like, I think that in the near term, like all these electric car companies are going to win.
I want a good old fashioned diesel
go
car.
back to diesel. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that we're fighting ourselves while we're also fighting the rest of the world. And you have to play both games, and I don't know exactly.
I agree. I mean, I think the American...
And you know the amazing thing about Shein? Don't sell in China.
Yeah.
They don't?
They have $10 billion outside of China because they're like,
and no one's heard
too
of it.
competitive in China.
Yeah, because those guys are selling for $30.
Yeah.
Oh my
Jason
God.
needs to fly to Beijing.
Yeah, Jason overpaid.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a tricky thing that's happening that we'll see how it plays out over the next...
Yeah, I mean, I just think, because like when we, if you have a staff, and let's say you're in apparel or you're in automobile or whatever, in single-use plastic, everyone's like, do you think single-use plastic? I don't give a fuck about that in China.
Yeah.
But I think it's keeping your staff and decision makers in check. Like, are we here for profit or are we not?
I want to do Facebook ads. We're trying to get you the cheapest possible clothes. Yeah. And guess what? Maybe the environment does
Guess what? We put our own little hole in the ozone layer to do it, okay?
We'll dedicate a hole in the ozone layer to you.
With each item comes a certificate of your own little hole in the ozone layer.
I mean, let's be clear. If Tesla didn't have that affordable model, like it wouldn't be the car of choice.
No, if Tesla didn't have government subsidies, it would not have existed.
Sure. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If the government cares about sustainability...
They don't. Government doesn't care about anything.
Yeah.
So then let us rip.
I agree. It's so messy because of the dynamic. If it was just
and
us.
Shein are great examples of why American companies are fucked.
Because the problem is, if it was just us and we were making these decisions in a bubble, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, sustainability, all these different things, but we're going to get the shit kicked out of us by these people who don't care. And we're not even going to get a chance to see the better climate because America will be gone.
Yeah, because
Miami will be underwater.
Yeah. It'll be too late.
Well, 11's we're gonna be like you need snorkeling.
For real. It'll be like fucking Atlantis. You gotta scuba dive down and be like, that used to be 11 nightclub. Hell of a time.
Great time.
Okay, let's jump to, there was another thing. Anytime I feel like these big acquisitions happen in the podcast world and like we don't get the offer.
Yeah.
Like it just feels kind of like, are people just
Slap in
not
the face.
seeing us? You know what I mean? Like, is this intentional? Someone maybe has it out to get us. But there was another big acquisition in the podcast space.
Yes.
Smartless, which number one, the podcast is called Smartless.
Yeah.
Sounds like a discount grocery store.
Yes.
Number two, it's got acquired apparently for $80 million.
Never even heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
I listen to Smartless.
You do?
I do. And this podcast is better. You guys should be getting that offer.
I have not heard of it.
I've never heard of this.
Have you heard of it, Jason?
No, never heard of it.
It's Will Arnett.
How'd you find out about it?
I love Arrested Development.
Oh, wait,
So
no,
that's-
I did hear about this. I spoke about this with my stepdad on his birthday. He brought it up to me. He said he was listening to an episode. They had LeBron on there recently.
Yeah.
He
Telling me
listens
about
to
it. Yeah.
They had LeBron on.
I
That was
did
a
hear
big-
about it.
But not even a clip. Where's a clip?
Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes. Amazon just dropped off a bag. I mean, this just tells you how I asked so many people about Smartless. Everyone's like, oh, I think I've heard of it, but no one ever actually, there's not like a loyal listenership yet. Alex Cooper only got $20 million a year.
Yeah,
Alex Cooper got robbed. She should have got Alex Cooper's following is insane. Everyone has heard of Call Her Daddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on the unfair wage. This is
sexist.
Sexist.
I
yeah.
mean,
completely.
I love Bateman. I'm a big Bateman guy, but I've never heard of this podcast.
I mean, these guys are three superstars too, and no one's ever heard of their podcast.
And this is where like I think big.
What do they talk about, Tim?
Well,
they're dummies. They're smartless.
Is that the thought? What's the thought?
There's like a bunch of 3-bridge dummies talking.
Every episode, one of them brings on a guest and doesn't tell the other two who it's going to be. So they're trying to like one up each other and bring someone who's like cooler, more popular.
It's kind of clever.
Are they like disguised, or once they show up, it's like,
No,
oh,
they
you
just
brought
show up
LeBron?
like, oh,
So it's just
Conan
like the most
O'Brien.
famous people.
Yeah.
Talking
And so let me tell you
What's the
something about
smartest-
the little I know about podcast industry. I've seen Amazon, iHeart, and several other people drop major dollars to get A-list talent to do podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dak Shepard, he's not A-list, but like his podcast has done very well.
Hot.
But
Yeah.
you know, he's done really well. But when you really look at, you know, all the big A-list people, the Obamas, the, you know, Oprahs, they do all that. When you actually look at the rankings week in and week out, it's such a cult-driven industry.
Yeah.
And you see the Joe Rogans and you see the Barstools.
It's also just quality. I mean, this is the good news. Anyone in the world can make a podcast, but people still like what's good. Just
Yeah.
because you're Jason Bateman doesn't mean
Yeah.
you're going to have a hit podcast.
I mean, it's very clear because if you look at, Joe Rogan today still charts on Apple Podcasts, and he hasn't had a new Apple podcast in how long?
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, and I think people like the decision makers, especially when it comes to podcasts, they're trying to apply like old
Like
traditional
movie-
Hollywood rules.
Yeah, it's like movie studios get the most famous person in Marvel,
Just pay them.
and you're going to have a hit movie, but it doesn't work.
No, and I think because like the format is just different. It's,
how much fan love have you gotten in the last week?
Yeah. What up, Bateman?
What up? What up? Oh my God.
Between excess,
Go back to Ozark,
Just walking
man.
around.
walking around, you
Yeah.
get on a run, you got pulled over.
Yeah. Go back to the Ozarks. You know what I mean?
Seriously.
Let us do what we do here.
Yeah. $80 million is just a joke.
I mean, props to those guys, though. That's
Yeah,
probably
great for them. Amazon just fucking whatever, toss it in the trash.
Okay.
Maybe,
Shit.
maybe they're going to space.
Yeah, let's talk more
Oh, well, I
about
mean, if you're saying Jason Bateman in space,
maybe that's part of the deal.
yeah,
You do a podcast from space. They should.
yeah,
Paid $80 million for it. So listen, the space thing, Jeff Bezos is going to space Tuesday.
yeah.
So he's posting all his photos now, like me and my brothers, we made it to Texas,
Yeah.
ready for liftoff, whatever. And there was a person who was supposed to go, is it on this trip?
Yes.
Okay. One of the guys that was supposed to go on this trip who purchased a ticket for $30 million.
Yeah.
Okay. The big news is that Jeff has replaced that person.
Well, no. Well, that person said
No, hold on.
Yeah.
So the big news is Jeff has replaced that person with an 18-year-old.
yes.
And there's now clips of this 18-year-old, very smart, bright young guy. Awesome for him, right? Jeff just handpicked you. You're 18, you get to go to space. That, to me, is not the big news. The big news is, what's up with this dude who paid $30 million and can't go? His reason for not being able to go was a quote-unquote scheduling conflict.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. He is a big fat pussy.
You think?
Yeah. He got scared.
Scheduling conflict is what you use when you have like a lunch you really don't want to go to and you're like, I got a scheduling conflict. Sorry.
No, he
Not
was
that
like-
space, sitting next to Jeff Bezos.
Not agreeing for $30 million.
No, he was like, why the fuck am I going to space?
But you just saw Richard Branson. He looked fun. He was floating around.
Yeah, but
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I just saw the clips once again, just like the
TikTok.
finals.
TikTok journalist.
He looked out the window and gave a speech and then unbuckled his thing and they were floating around.
He actually was on zero gravity?
They were on like, I don't know what to call it, less than full.
Okay.
Medium.
But you can float.
Lunar
You could-
gravity,
you could-
maybe.
you could
Yeah, you
swim
can float.
around.
You can float.
I mean, look, I don't want to go into space. I don't care.
No, but you didn't pay $30 million to do it.
I think at the time it sounded like a good idea. I'm sure this person's a billionaire and was like, do I really want to take this risk?
Or this person.
Scheduling conflict?
We don't know if
If you're that
we don't
rich,
know if
you
it's
can clear your schedule, okay? $30 million for a 10-minute
like,
flight?
who's the other guy?
Who's your assistant? Fire your fucking assistant.
Imagine who the dinner's with. I go to dinner. Who's he going to go to dinner with and be like, I had, a conflict. It was this or outer space.
Yeah, I'll
I
see you at
chose this.
Mastro's,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to cancel on you. Imagine if it was for a girl. That'd be kind of hot. Like a girl he was going after. And
That's
he was
why
like,
all that would make sense.
Yes.
It could be that.
You'd like, I'll have a date with you, but that
She's
was
like,
the day I
"What?"
was going to go on space.
Really?
Yeah.
What's more important?
Yeah.
Me or outer space? You, babe. You, I swear. I don't even care about who is Jeff anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know, but good for this kid. I mean, this kid came up.
An 18-year-old kid from the Netherlands whose father is CEO of some fund. It's
I
not
also
like
gotta say, like, pick an American.
Yeah, come on.
You know what I mean? Like, why don't you pick? Literally, why wouldn't you pick someone that's like
Amanda
from an
Gorman.
underprivileged background? Yeah, well, Amanda Gorman, but she's already in good hands. Imagine you pick someone who was really promising,
Like a
American from an
astronaut,
underprivileged
yeah.
background.
Pick someone from LeBron's school.
I promise.
Promise.
You
right?
can see the Earth differently.
I promise you'll see.
Yeah, I mean that would be an amazing.
Just
choice.
a rich Dutch kid.
Seems like a missed opportunity. It seems kind of like
Yale.
Yeah.
Geffen Yale.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens. Everything is Geffen Yale.
I know, but everyone's watching. This is going to be a huge moment. You had a real moment to do something very special.
I think it's important that a rich white kid gets to go first.
What is that?
Just a
Privilege.
Just
Even in space, we're going to be here first, you motherfuckers.
Oh my God. Just so you know.
It's just
on
a
Earth
reinforce. We're going to
or out there, motherfuckers.
Richard Branson, white. Little Dutch boy, white. That's how we're going to keep it up there.
Don't get carried away.
Yeah, Chamath didn't even get it going. Virgin Galactic. He was their biggest investor.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Oh my God. All right. Well,
You
good
think there's
for
racism down here? What do you think is going to be up there?
just establishing it early. All right. Well, there you go. Good for the 18-year-old and good for whoever this other guy, his other
It's still sketch.
scheduling. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's end with a little bit of positive news.
Yes.
You know, we like to talk about studies. We like to talk about numbers. We like to talk about things like the happiest city, the saddest city, all that stuff. Today, we just have a study that says that the probability of living past 110 is on the rise.
So to date, the oldest person to ever live was a French woman who died in 1997 at 122 years and 164 days old.
That's insane.
So what the study is saying...
I love that at that age you count the days.
Yeah, I mean, every day counts.
Yeah, you're like, another one.
I mean, that's triple me.
Currently. Yeah.
You're hot.
Yeah, you're only a third of the way through your life, maybe.
There's a 68% probability that someone will reach age 127 by 2100.
That's not that exciting to me. She got it to 122?
Yeah, but
in the
68%
90s?
probability that the average person...
But that was in the 90s. You're telling me it takes 120 years to get 5 more years on the, or 22, 5 more years on the board?
I mean...
I don't like that speed.
Well, look, I mean, this is looking promising that people are going to live way longer than what we've seen in the past. I mean, obviously, we first got to get over Delta.
Yeah, first of all, Delta and all the other
You
variants.
fucking go to a restaurant
Second
and
of
get them
all,
110?
extreme
Well, that's
climate.
why
There's hurricanes and Delta and
Well, that's
I'm gonna
why
make it to
age
150.
expectancy is going to explode because they know we ain't going anywhere for the next 80 years.
True.
You're just sitting in your house going
True.
for walks. You should live a long life.
Yeah, you should. If you have a Peloton and a...
Do you think the markets get affected this week or they just rip?
Rip.
I literally stopped even making forecasts. I have no clue. I think maybe a quick dip and then a rip. Dip and rip.
Dip and
Does that
rip.
mean more stimmy, more trillions? What's going to happen?
That's the question I have. Are we pouring more money into the economy? Like what's going to happen now?
Yeah, why not? Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Nothing matters.
okay.
Stimmy.
Monthly.
Stimmy, Cocoa Pop.
Well, listen, good. There's a little bit of good news that we ended on. So everyone, however old you are, you might only be a portion of the way through your life because things are looking up. If you
pretty
can just
exciting.
avoid all these landmines headed our way.
So the quick tips from a Harvard study.
Oh, for how to live longer?
My alma mater. Eating a high quality, healthy diet.
Okay.
Doing at least 30 minutes or more per day of moderate to vigorous physical activity.
Okay.
Keeping a healthy body weight. Not drinking excessive amounts of alcohol and not smoking.
Well, D's out.
I did pretty good on most of that list.
I don't know. My early smoking might have cost me.
Yeah.
I probably put some early deductions on the board. Okay. Well, I mean, it's all the things you would think.
Yeah.
But
But
where's
simple.
all the don't you think pretty soon here we should have some like advancements in like I should be able to get a shot that
Do you
some sort of
remember
stem cell.
when we talked to Brent Saunders,
Mhm.
because I asked him the question, because there's like tech folks, Google folks that say like, I just want to live long enough to live forever. And I was like, what's your view on that? And he said, the problem is you can live longer, sure, with like medical assistance, but we haven't figured out the brain. We haven't figured out how to de-age the brain.
Got it.
So you're going to lose your cognition, even if you have a healthy heart, healthy, organs, and that you cognitively won't have that great of a life in your hundreds.
So we just have a bunch of 100-year-old freaking vegetables. Like, I won't go. Hang it up, Earl.
But it's a true point. We know nothing about the brain. We know everything about the heart. We know nothing about the brain.
Yeah. The brain's fucking crazy.
Well, judging by our vaccination rates, obviously we don't need to know anything about the brain. It's empty.
Yeah, nothing in there anyway. Okay, that's all we got. We got any shout outs?
No shout outs.
Do we got any? How's the run coming?
This Saturday.
Is it?
Get some vid.
Yeah, come collect some.
So I'm
Grand
gonna
Running Club
do the
strain.
party on the beach now.
Yeah,
I'm not. I went to a venue that I wanted to have it at. I walked up to it on Saturday. The guy's like, "Are you vaccinated?" I was like, "Yeah." And
He asked at the front.
yeah, like the guy who would normally check ID is not checking ID. He's asking you if you're
This is
vaccinated.
a private restaurant.
Private restaurant.
That's pretty scary.
I like that.
And then he was
I
like,
like it, but like people would be pissed about it.
yeah, and then he was like, starting tomorrow, you're gonna have to wear a mask when you come in. He's like, I asked him, what if we have like so many people? And he was like, are they gonna be standing, sitting, dancing? Whatever. And I was like, okay, fuck this.
Yeah.
This is too
Mykonos,
stressful.
no music, no dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do it on the beach. We're gonna meet up at probably 8:00 this Saturday at Crescent Bay Park, and we're gonna do the 5K, 10K half marathon, food and some
And vid.
beverages.
Food and vid.
So a half marathon takes how long?
It depends how fast you are.
I know, but what's
For me, it'll probably take me, call it 2 hours, 10, 15 minutes. 2 hours and...
Oh, wow. So if I'm doing the 5K, I got to come late.
You're doing the half marathon?
Yeah.
Because 5K, I'm done in like the low 20 minutes.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking of is starting the half marathon people at 8:30.
Yeah, we should start at
And then
9:30.
9:30, start everybody else. That way we can get a head start. And then if you're running it virtually, you can run it anytime on Saturday or Sunday. And everyone who obviously signed up will get a gift box. Even if you didn't sign up, please come out. It'll be a fun day. Get some sunshine. It's hot out there.
Yeah, it is. Very hot. Climate change.
Climate change.
Is that all we got?
That's it.
That's all we got. Everyone stay safe out there. Mask up or don't, whatever. But definitely get vaccinated. That's the best choice you
Or
can
don't,
make.
whatever.
Or don't, man. You know what? At this point, fuck it, because we're getting killed by a hurricane anyway.
That would suck.
Just kidding. Okay, everyone have a great week. Stay positive. See you later.